Hi, welcome to the bathroom. I'm just going to go through a quick tutorial on how I achieve curls in the salon and a little bit of what I do at home as well. I had a lot of questions, so kind of the only way to do it is to show you, so I have to show you, so bear with me. I have already cleansed with Only Curls Oil Curl Cleanser. Now I know in the Curly Girl world there's no cleansing whatsoever. It is Curly Girl approved though. All the ingredients are totally great, you guys. It's got no silicones, none of the bad stuff in there, no parabens, nothing. Personally, when I'm trying to wear my curls, or waves as they are really, I can't really just do the cool wash. It doesn't work for me. It works for some people but not for everybody. I feel like curls are very specific to the person, so if you want to follow Curly Girl exactly, then go for it. But there's two groups that I follow. One is the Curly Girl method and two is the Curly Girl reject, and that's for people who feel that it doesn't really fit for them, but still like the idea and still get amazing results. Okay, so phase 2 is your conditioner. I'm going with the Only Curls because this is the range I've got. Love this stuff, it smells amazing. Get a couple pumps. I'm gonna go with this. My hair's super fine. I don't need a huge amount. Now, my hair is absolutely soaking wet. I'm actually dripping down my back right now. You can kind of see that. So what you wanna do when you get your conditioner in there, working it right through. And at this point, you wanna start working it through with your fingers. Now, I've always been an advocate of having a comb in the shower. However, when you use your fingers, one, I feel they're a whole lot more gentler because with a comb you can just yank it through, whereas you can feel it and you can feel those little knots and work them out. Two, you're gonna start your clumping process by bringing this conditioner through. You can kind of see you get, rather than it being too uniform with a comb. So just take your time, work all that through. Nice and lovely. Like, see this, you would just yank that. Well, don't be afraid to get your conditioner up there. And just, say, take your time. At the salon, obviously at the back washes is a slightly different procedure, because I would just be pulling it back, but depending on how you want to wear your hair, or how you feel it best works for you, if you want to have it all the way over front to dry and fine, I tend to do it all back because well, it's a hell of a lot more comfortable than having to hang your head upside down inside the salon. So work all that through, nice and lovely. And you see, tug free, lovely. Make sure you get those little ones right at the back there. Make sure they get coated. If you've got any areas you know particularly are a bit fuzzier, make sure and get right into them. Also, this has an added benefit of giving your conditioner time to work. Surface conditioners need a minimum of 30 seconds to get going, so if you put it on and take it off straight away, you're not going to get the benefit out of it. Okay? You need to start working this through a little bit. You can start to see how got a bit of clumping going on. Okay, that's kind of what you're looking for. So what I'm going to do, now I'm working this through a little bit, just kind of gently, so now I want to rinse that, because that's just my initial phase. Ideally, do not ruffle it, don't shuffle it while it's rinsing, just let the water rinse through it, and if possible, not too heavy a rinse. You know, if you can turn your shower down to half type of thing, do so, just so that it doesn't kind of blast it straight out. Okay? I'm gonna rinse, I'll be back. And I'm back. You can see how wet that is. Okay, that's when you start applying your next level of products. That wet, literally, okay? My next level is Hydrating Curl Cream. I got these as a box set from Only Curls and I just love them. They just work really, really well together. By all means, figure out your own routine or whatever. This is just something that were provided for me when I was at the Spring Salon in Birmingham. think they might have some stock because I know some of the only curls are running out. And I do love them. This much on mine. Now, you can see I do have a really soft curl pattern, so it unfortunately has kind of disappeared. However, what we want to do is just work this through more fingers. You girls with curlier hair will know that when your hair is wet, your curls are still there. So you've already got that nice flow, then you don't want to interrupt that again, so you just want to start scrunching this part. Yeah. Hear that? Ooh, a little squelch. Okay, just really work that. Now, obviously I'm doing it forward because I had to rinse forward. I would normally go back. It just really much depends on how big you want it as well. The more you go forward, I find obviously the roots come out more. When you lift back, you get a bit more of a mane going on, which personally I do love. I just wish my curls, see, starting to get a bit, I mean mine are quite soft. They do need a good bit of attention, and I had started on my journey just before lockdown, but then I decided to do a few tutorials on other things and kind of needed a little bit of smoother hair for it, so it's kind of fell by the wayside. However, I don't know about you guys, because also lockdown, I haven't been washing my hair nearly as much, which is always a really, really good thing. So, let's move that around. Keep it nice and gentle, be super gentle. Come on, little egg. Okay. This is where the drying really comes in for me. I know a lot of you guys maybe naturally dry, but if you want to really increase the impact of your curls, there's nothing quite like diffusing it. So I really worked that through. Next up, I'm using the enhancing curl gel. Okay, go to once this. We can see it. Okay, again, straighten this. So generally, as a rule, in the shower, it doesn't go everywhere. I've just got a big towel on the floor. And that is your product application. Now, again, if I was in the salon, oh, look at that. I would just sit my client up at this point with the towel around and just straight on through for dry. However, at home that's not so practical, so this is where your plopping comes in. Again, if you want to plop, plop. If you don't want to plop, don't plop. It's up to you. But I do tend to just put a bit of time when I'm doing it myself at home. And that way I can wrap it, plop it, bring it in, and then a little bit of the moisture gets taken out. Well, maybe I do my makeup, whatever. So excuse the old towel, but this is like my absolute favourite. I don't know about anybody else, but I have kind of a microfiber Charby. Oh, the best things. Because if you're trying to use a towel, a lot of people use like a cotton t-shirt and just, you know, forward in, wrap it up and over. Similar idea. I'm just gonna wiggle it in. And there we have it. I'll see you for the drying. Bye. Quick face. I'll do the shopping later. Take it out. See what's happened? Now, if I was at the salon, I would have taken over to it and dried immediately. However, with my hair being a little bit soft, I feel I can get away with this a little bit. If your hair is quite frizzy or quite uncontrollable, the more you dry it from wet, the better result you will get, because the weight of the water will hold your hair down as it's drying, so it doesn't get a chance to lift up and frizz. If that makes sense. Also, if you're getting that halo and you're struggling with that, moisture, add a little bit more moisture in there. Even if you're kind of dry and you think, oh, just smooth a little bit in there, that will definitely help. I love the Dyson, I'm sorry, I do. I know they're a bit expensive, but even before I started drying my hair curly, any curly clients I had, even before I learned this technique, much better, super quick. What you want to do is you want to make sure, I know the curly girls recommend cold. That's fine if you want. I don't think there's anything wrong with one, he said, just one. And low and slow, okay? The thing about the diffuser is because the air comes out, instead of out from the middle, it comes out from the side. I don't know why, I don't actually know the science, but it does really work. So if anybody's interested, anybody needs a little present from somebody, there you go. Okay, so like I say, slow and slow. So what you want to do is, you see that I haven't touched this at all, just kind of move it around, make sure there's none of these bits tangled up, and literally you're just going to sit it. Now for me, sorry you might not hear that, for me I want a bit of impact, so I'm going to get it right in. Simple as that. So I'm obviously not going to go through this for the whole head because that would be dull. However, you can see I'm not touching. Critical that you don't touch any of this. Buzz. Okay, you want to let the moisture sit, let the water hold it, and just dry that position. It's when it's 100% dry, and it needs to be 100% dry, do whatever you want with it. Well, apart from brush it, obviously, don't brush it. You can break it up, move it apart, whatever. This obviously works well for perms as well, because their curls at the end of the day slightly different, a little bit softer, maybe you won't need as much product. I have a question about perming, which was, will they get the same as the picture I posted up? Unfortunately, it doesn't change your hair that much, but it will give you fuller hair because the curls will fill it out more and you'll get much more of a glorious head of hair. So I'm going to go in ahead and get this dried, and then you can see what I come up with. I haven't quite figured out the front with mine. It's a learning curve, but I will show you at the end, okay? Another thing, I'm obviously only keeping it there until maybe it feels a little bit hot. Don't burn yourself, so I've got to keep it moving. I would have you tilted back in the chair. So always make sure your hair's coming out of your head, and that means that the air can get right up to the root, okay? You can see everything's looking really contained. It's not quite dry yet. Like I say, it has to be 100%. Because you think, oh, that's okay, it's looking okay, I can just let the rest dry. If it's prone to going frizzy, if you do that, it can start to... However, if it's working out for you by doing it like dry by itself, go for it. You will get to a point where you think, is it dry or is it hot? It'll be like when you take stuff out the tumble dryer. Just have a little feel around though. Still got a few little teeny little damp spots. Like I say, try not to leave them if you're doing this technique. This technique is particularly good if you're like me and you're just starting out and you're trying to reinvigorate your cuddles because you've not looked after them for a long time. If you have over-processed or over-styled or over-straightened, you know, we all do it. Sometimes it does take a while for your cuddles to remember because you can actually flatten your cuticle. It should sit like this. Your hair shaft should sit like that. You iron it, it can go like that, and that's when the cuddles go a bit like... you need to just fill it full of moisture and build it back up again. Sometimes that's where your proteins really come in handy. And I'm dry. So, you see, I mean, there's the odd little bit, but on the whole, see, nice definition. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, it might look a little bit crusty, but that's fine because what that means is it's contained, and that's what you really need. You need to seal the moisture in, and then you can dress it. Okay. Bear in mind that you lose 150 up to 150 hairs a day, which means they need replaced, which means you're always growing new hair. Sometimes these little bad boys, they're gonna pop up. I mean, we can't control everything, let alone, least of all, our hair, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just kind of loosen it off a little bit. Up to you. You can either, like I've said before, the oils in your hands are great. You'll have just been holding your dry. Your hands will be a bit warm. There'll be a little going on there. You can just work it through. Start pushing, moving the hair. You can break apart if you want, kind of run through because it is dry. You can start moving it. What I like to do is with the dryer, just see it's all looking a little bit stiff. Just loosen it through. Just a little. Position. Pretty good. This is the best my front has actually looked, guys. I'm putting this down to the pressure of the camera, thanks so much. So obviously you can see I'm like a 2A to 2B, the cuddle of patterns. Hopefully I can push this on a little bit further later on down the line. But listen, that's it. If you have any questions, if you want to ask me anything, bear in mind I'm not endorsed by anybody. This is just what I've learned over the years, what I've been taught, and what I've worked out on my own. So enjoy. Okay, take care. Bye.